The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him make an eye like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepared a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head to no aisle. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy. I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Ja. Kadama we groma bea tela exact beer tana istalina bashante shante 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 shante. Kadama we groma be tela How mausogbo lisa adano wato e was a player 4. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO, and here we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll do it on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. And remember, from the newsreel, we endeavor to always keep it super real. This is the voice of the masses, the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. My brother, my sister, it's called the Black Pot, not for nothing. Now, in a traditional African home where the black pot sits on the fire, we know that something Sam Shores is cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes find their way into the black pot where they are subjected to some good amount of heating. In the aftermath, they produce food. And this food nourishes the family. Oh my God. We bring different ideas, come together with these ideas, and then we come out with a solution. That is what we do right here. It might sound like a monologue, but my brother, my sister, we gather so many views before we come on set. It's time for action. It's the Black Pot, aka AKUFO. Please share this broadcast so many more people would get to benefit from that. Oh yes, we are live on Facebook, also live on YouTube. Please build up the numbers. Spread the word. Let the word get to all 4 corners of the earth. You can do it. It's just a click away. Click and share the broadcast. Our numbers are also scrolling on the screen. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. We love you. Oh my God. It's the Black Pot, aka AKUFO. Come here. And my name, Blakk, RASTA. Time now for action. Run the story, my youth. Let's see where I go on. MAHAMA sends DKM running after BAWUMIA. How many of us have heard about DKM? DKM was a certain financial institution owned by a gentleman by name Dele Kundening Martin. That's DKM. He named this outfit by himself. Dele Kundening Martin. A beautiful venture that became disastrous with time. In fact, it was called the DKM Diamond Microfinance Limited. And it said, rediscovering our financial world. Dele Kundening Martin, DKM. In fact, it's a very powerful Pan-Africanist. I got to know him right after DKM was dissolved. And I sat down with him. We spoke and his ideas were quite deep. He comes all the way from the Upper West region of Ghana, and he is a very, very studious person. He loves to read, and he loves Africa. He started a venture called the DKM Diamond Microfinance Limited, registered it duly, got all his papers, everything was right, and he started the microfinance. You deposit your money, at the end of the month, you come for added value. My brother, my sister, it went on good. He made money. He did so much for the people of the area, basically in the Bono Ahafo region at the time. He was also a philanthropist. He did a lot. For the period that DKM Diamond Microfinance lasted, all of a sudden, DKM ran bankrupt. They found a way of closing it down for one reason or the other. How did they do it? Auditors went in there, sponsored by the state. And what did they say? You must have this amount of money in your account to be able to continue with this business. If you don't have it, we would have to close the business. DKM didn't have that amount of money. He had invested in some other businesses. And for that matter, panic withdrawals started coming in. Oh, DKM is going to be closed down. Panic withdrawals, and boom, people went and vandalized their offices, stole machines from the office. In fact, even stole fans, ceiling fans, and carpets. Destroyed the whole business. But when Nana AKUFO ADDO came into power, there was one thing he did. He said, for Namwa's business, men's gold, we will not be able to pay anybody. We want all of you to stay away. But with DKM, there's no way we will say we will not pay, because he was duly registered and he was given the go-ahead to do his business by the state. The Bank of Ghana has a hand in it and much more. Therefore, we cannot let people just go like that. So they gathered money under the finance minister, Ken Oforiatta, and paid the people who, at the time, had invested in DKM Diamond Microfinance Limited. But today, my brother, my sister, when I thought everything had come to a conclusion, a beautiful resolution, it looks like there are still some skeletons in the cupboard. Mahama is speaking. This is the former president of the Republic of Ghana. His name is John Dramani Mahama. He's the man many people believe is going to win this year's election. And many people still believe that he even won the last election, but he was robbed. John Mahama has been speaking. I'm reading this from Ghana Web, and it says, demand locked up DKM funds from BAWUMIA, Mahama to Nkoranza residents. Run it. Now, the central bank suspended DKM in 2015 for breaches of the Banking Act. We all know that fact, right? We all know that fact. Let's go to the beginning of this story and look at it properly. Yes, it was dissolved. We all know that. Now, let's look at it from the beginning. Flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has called on the people of Nkoranza North in the Bono East to demand their locked up funds from the de facto DKM microfinance from NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA. Mr. Mahama stated that the owner of DKM, which operated heavily in Nkoranza North, is a financier and strong member of the governing New Patriotic Party, the NPP. Recalling the 2016 election campaign, Mr. Mahama noted that the issue of DKM's ownership became a major political topic, with the then opposition NPP accusing him and his wife, Lordina Mahama, of owning the company. The central bank suspended DKM, as I told you earlier, in 2015 for breaches of the Banking Act. I mentioned that to you. Speaking in Nkoranza North in the Bono East region, Mr. Mahama highlighted that The company's owner is now deeply involved in supporting Vice President BAWUMIA's campaign. And for that matter, if the people of Nkoranza not want their money locked up with DKM, it is time to go after BAWUMIA. After all, Dele Kundening Martin, DKM, is now working with BAWUMIA as one of his financiers. Wow. Find me a photograph of DKM. Dele Kundening Martin. Dele Martin. My brother, I know Dele Kundening Martin very, very well. In fact, at a point, he was even sponsoring a segment on my show on Namwa's radio station, Xylophone FM. He sponsored for just a few months, and then he went off because his company had gone bankrupt. In fact, he was producing shea butter at the time. Kundening Martin has no money to sponsor Dr. BAWUMIA. I can tell you that on authority. Since DKM went down the drain, Kundening Martin has never been able to rise from the rubbles. So if anybody tells me that Kundening Martin is the one or one of those sponsoring Dr. Mahamudu BAWUMIA's campaign, I will doubt it. Unless it is said that DKM has found a new pot of gold and has decided to use that to sponsor the campaign of Dr. Mahamudu BAWUMIA. But what I do know, DKM, aka Martin, traveled with BAWUMIA all the way to the Upper West. He himself is from the royal family. And therefore, he took BAWUMIA all the way to the chief's palace in the Upper West region and introduced him to the chief and even gave a gift to the chief. And they also got a gift back from the chief. In one way or the other, Mahamudu BAWUMIA, doctor, was endorsed by the chief in the area, courtesy Dele Kundening Martin, aka DKM. This is the photograph of DKM. Very unassuming guy. This guy here is not a fraudster. I can tell you point blank that he's not a thief. He's a victim of circumstances. My brother, my sister, as to why he decided to join hands with the NPP, I do not know. I placed a call to him and I asked him, are you a financier of Dr. Mahamudu BAWUMIA? He laughed and said, oh, Blakk, if I had money, you'll be the first person I would sponsor. What you are doing is what I've been looking forward to doing with Africa. There was a time Kundening Martin wanted me to even arrange for him to meet with Mugabe. But it didn't get to happen because Mugabe passed on. He is a powerful Pan-Africanist. He loves Pan-Africanism. And given the chance, he will spend his last penny bringing Africa up. How did he find himself supporting BAWUMIA? Now he is a nephew to the Interior Minister, Ambrose Derry. Remember, he is Dele, and he, the other one in power, is Derry, Ambrose Derry, and he's Dele Kundening Martin. In fact, we all remember Dr. Dele, right? The skin specialist. That is his nephew as well. My brother, my sister, maybe it is because of his uncle, Ambrose Derry, he's found himself in the NPP. Maybe it's a political history. His family has always belonged to the UP tradition. I will not be able to say anything, but I asked him, why are you with the NPP? He said, well, we all cannot belong to one party. We all cannot stay away from politics. This is what I'm doing for now. Blakk, I know you are not into politics, but give me your blessing. My brother, my sister, Dr. BAWUMIA is not a man that I support because I think that I have swallowed too many lies from the man. I have lost interest in him and I don't want him to be president. It's simple. I don't fight you those who want him to be president. But I made it clear. Should BAWUMIA win the elections, I am out of this country. Plain and simple. Why would MAHAMA, bring the photograph of MAHAMA, say that DKM is one of the financiers of BAWUMIA, and therefore, Nkuranza North people should run after DKM and BAWUMIA and take their money? I think it's now clear. DKM has been a card-holding member of the MPP for so long. Could it be the reason they decided to come in and pay those that DKM, Diamond Microfinance, owed? No. Come here. Let's speak truth to power. Now, MAHAMA, when he was in power, was accused of owning DKM, he and his wife, Lodina. Do we all remember that? They said that DKM was owned by MAHAMA and his wife, Lodina. There were so many nasty allegations slapped at MAHAMA and his wife. And MAHAMA is not the type that will come and talk. Sometimes he will swallow it and just sit down and watch and look at the hands of the clock tick and talk, telling himself that time will tell. And time really told. MAHAMA never spoke about it. He never denied it. But when the facts came out that the company had gone bankrupt, what happened? They now got to know who truly owned DKM. You see, apotrowa na obehune tintin. MAHAMA is indirectly saying, well, they told you to come after me and my wife because we own DKM. Today, the true owners of DKM have come to light. Go after them. If anything at all, go after BAWUMIA. He is the guy who is getting all the support from the DKM boss right now. And MAHAMA is correct in the sense that DKM or Dele Kundening Martin supports the NPP and at the same time supports the works of BAWUMIA. But interestingly, come here. I'm going to close on this. Only 2 weeks ago, the NPP issued a press statement from the office of Dr. Mahamudu BAWUMIA. And what did they say? They dissociated themselves from DKM. And I'm talking about a DKM financial outfit. And that they had nothing to do with the company. And that Dele Kundening Martin, as a person, was a supporter of the NPP, but he was not part of BAWUMIA's campaign team in whatever way. In fact, they are seen BAWUMIA and DKM at different events, including helping BAWUMIA to meet with the chief, who is an uncle of Dele Kundening Martin. What MAHAMA is saying is very simple. It's tongue in cheek. You said I and my wife owned DKM. You said I had houses and hotels in Dubai, and so on and so forth. Today, I have been vindicated that none of these and more is correct. But if you truly want your money, Dele Kundening Martin is still alive. He is with the NPP and supporting the campaign of Dr. Mahamudu BAWUMIA. If you catch BAWUMIA, you will get DKM. But can I just say this to end it? Haven't they finished paying DKM customers? I thought they said they had paid everybody. I thought the president at the time and now, still president, Nana AKUFO ADDO, said that they were going to pay off. Or did they give them haircuts too? Maybe they didn't give them everything. What is the true story on the ground? My brother, my sister, we're going to follow up on this. At the end of the day, the truth will be the winner. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokushonomo. And here we speak truth to power. Come here. Now the next story we want to look at is rolling on the screen. It says, rapist military officer in trouble. Who is this military officer? Why is he in trouble? Is he a rapist? Read the story. Military officer. Hey. Military officer in custody for allegedly raping 18-year-old girl in Bolga. Run it, my youth, and listen to this story. Residents of Soin, a suburb of the Bolgatanga municipality, are demanding justice for an 18-year-old guest house worker who was allegedly raped by a military officer. According to a report filed by citynewsroom.com, the incident occurred on Monday, 2nd September, my birthday, yesterday, my 50th birthday. Oh my God. 2024. At the Simlina guest house located in the community of Soin. Describing the incident. The victim, whose name has been withheld, said the military officer proposed marriage to her upon his arrival at the guest house around 9 a.m. He arrived there at 9 a.m. and seeing the guest house attendant, young lady, 18-year-old, proposed to marry her instantly. She, however, recounted that she declined the offer without hesitation. Immediately, I picked a bucket to water trees. He held my hair and pulled me and removed scissors and said if I joke, he will wound me here. So I was sitting down quietly, but he held my hair, pulled me to the other room and raped me. When he finished, he snapped my pictures. I was quiet and afraid because nobody was around. She narrated, as quoted by citynewsroom.com. The incident has sparked outrage in the community, with residents calling for the relevant authorities to take action against the military officer. Confirming the incident, the owner of the guest house, Paulina Adongo, said the victim raised an alarm, which led to the suspect being apprehended by certain concerned neighbors. He said he loves me and wants to marry me. So I said I was not interested. He was following me, asking me questions that if somebody wants to wound me, that I will do because no one is here. So I told him that I would leave the fellow to God. In other words, the military officer said, if somebody truly wants to hurt you, you know he can do it right now because there's nobody here. That's what she said. So I told him that if he does that, I'll leave him to God. Furthermore, she added that the suspect brandished a pair of scissors, grabbed her hair, and threatened to harm her if she resisted his attempts. The suspect is also reported to have dragged her into one of the rooms in the guest house and defiled her. Would you call this defilement? Raped her because she's not less than 18, right? He proceeded to take pictures of her following the despicable acts. My brother, this is not the first time I'm hearing that a military officer or a policeman has done this. There's a case we are still handling, and I'm so ashamed that up to now we've not been able to deal with it. A policeman raped a certain girl, defiled her, rape and defilement. An underage girl, she got pregnant and gave birth. The matter was reported to the police. They decided to indict the police officer. And after some time, they came back and said that, oh, there was no rape. In fact, whatever they did to come to that decision is very terrible. The young lady's life has come to a standstill. This matter is over 15 years now, as we speak, never been dealt with. When the parents brought the issue to me, I interviewed the girl live on radio on xylophone. I went to the police and got all the details. At the time, Madam Tinge was the PRO of police. When she heard the story, I don't want to drag her into it. She shook her head and said, Black Rasta, If you do not believe in this, please carry it on. Anybody who heard the story believed that some wrongdoing was done somewhere. We went ahead to even get hospital documents. The Ghana police lied that the lady was not the age she mentioned. Listen, the lady was not the age she mentioned. She reduced it in order to say that she was a child at the time and the age, and therefore she was defiled. So what did we do? We went all the way to the hospital where the girl was born. Luckily, the woman, the midwife, who received the baby at the time she was born, was still alive and working there. And she gave us all the documents. When she was born, they went into their files. For the first time, our people have been able to keep documents properly in a country that hates documentation and archiving. We carried all this out to the police. That was where Ifyatinge said, well, it looks like you have a point. Why don't you carry on? Up till now, the gentleman is free, walking around. He's not gone to see his child, and he's saying that he's not responsible. Or better still, he didn't rape the girl. It was consensual. When I think about these things, it hurts me. The father is a Rasta man. Once in a while, he will call me and tell me, Black Rasta, so you've not been able to handle this issue. It hurts me. It hurts me. The young girl's education came to a halt. She was so embarrassed. A little girl pregnant. They had to send her to the village somewhere in the central region. She stayed there, moved to the Volta, stayed there without a father. Now the little child that was born will be about 15 years. He's never seen his policeman father. IGP, if you are listening to this, kindly invite me over. We have all the documents. I got a lawyer for this issue. They told the lawyer that, the matter has already been dealt with and blah, blah, blah. There was no rape. It was consensual. The girl said there was rape. According to the policeman, they had done it over and over. Granted, you had sex with the girl over and over. She agreed, but she hadn't reached the age of consent. And there are documents from Kolebu where the girl was born to show that at the time you slept with her and impregnated her, she was only 14. 14. These are the injustices we face in this country. How many village girls have been impregnated and they couldn't get justice because a certain dirty chief came in and said, bring a fowl, let's slaughter the fowl, everything is okay, go and give birth. How many village girls have been impregnated by strangers they will never see again because they were raped? 1/9 rape stand. Well, this is an allegation. They said the military man has been apprehended. If we are not careful, these are the things that can spark up tribal wars. It's possible that the military officer belongs to one ethnic group, this other one belongs to another ethnic group. There could be violence in an election year. Don't underestimate things like this. What will make a man even want to rape somebody? Sexual intercourse is supposed to be a beautiful thing when it's consensual. You take your time. You have a conversation. You go through a massage. You talk. You touch. And make sure that all the juices have opened up and the whole area is slippery. So when you are walking, you walk quietly and beautifully. You are careful. If you go giddy, 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 you will fall. So you go slowly because it's slippery. Think about it. Will this little girl get justice? Would she ever get justice? Right here in Ghana, we were here when a Lebanese man raped his own house girl. Hey! When they checked her vagina, they realized that there was semen. Listen. There was semen, aka sperm. They took it to the lab to check the DNA. and see if it was the Lebanese man's sperm. The following day, they came back to tell us that it was not sperm, it was starch. Sperm has become starch. No wonder cocaine becomes kokonte in our country. When will we have justice? The legal system is not respected anymore. Too many shenanigans. The court system is all messed up. Police, soldier who are supposed to be protecting us, now they are raping us. I mean, let's cut them some slack. There are good policemen, there are good soldiermen, but there are some that are also terrible. They don't deserve to be called police or soldier. Please, whoever, I am calling on the IGP. Please, this is a criminal case, and that is the reserve of the police. I call on the military too, the top hierarchy, the top command. Please deal with this issue. Or else, I don't know, it's the Black Pot, aka Kokushonomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we will deal with two more issues. Hey! Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot, Kokushono.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kokushono, and here we speak truth to power. Please keep your messages coming in on both Facebook and YouTube. We'll be reading them pretty soon. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokushono. Next one, my youth. AKUFO ADDO treated corruption with kids' gloves. Who is talking? Mr. Daniel Domolevu. That's him. Former Auditor General of the Republic of Ghana. Come here, my youth. This gentleman here is an anti-corruption campaigner. He's lived to the letter his fight against corruption. Nana Akufo-Addo did not find him attractive enough. He wanted a soft guy, but this guy was too tough for him. He stopped government corruption as much as he could. Nana Akufo-Addo and his cousin, the then chief advisor to the president, Osafo Maafo, did not find him funny. They used shenanigans to kick him out of office. And Ghanaians remember this. A man who said that is prepared to fight corruption, he will put his presidency on the line to fight galamsey and corruption. He himself was embroiled in so much corruption. Dirty corruption. It was in the tenure of office of Nana Akufo-Addo that we saw that individuals had more money in under their beds more than in their bank accounts. People lost interest in the banking system. They kept money under their beds in dollars, in pounds. They kept money in wardrobes. Millions of American dollars and British pounds. Nana Akufo-Addo's government. And he came out to clear all of them before the courts would even say a word. This is the man who we managed to give 8 years to kill us and suffocate us. I still do not understand what magic he used to suffocate all of us. Even his own vice president is now, in a way, dissociating himself from this man because he wants to win an election. Well, Daniel Domlevo has something to tell us. Fight against corruption has stagnated under AKUFO ADDO. It means it's come to a standstill. Run it, my youth. Former Auditor General and anti-corruption campaigner Daniel Yao Domlevo has expressed disappointment in the present state of the fight against corruption in Ghana. In an interview on the State of Affairs show on GH1 TV with Lantam Papanko. Oh, what a name. I love this name. Mr. Domlevo stated, my hopes were very high prior to the 2016 election. The president made it very clear that if you wanted to make money, then you have no room in his administration. Then go to the private sector. He added that his hopes increased when the government started giving more money to the Auditor General and anti-corruption institutions because he knew people were going to be held accountable. Mr. Domlevo highlighted that the country's performance on the Corruption Perception Index is unacceptable, stating, we are at 43, but 43 is a failure zone. We have stagnated at a failure zone. We have not even been able to improve it a bit to move to 44. Not to talk about 45. He questioned the effectiveness of establishing a full office of the special prosecutor and increasing funding for anti-corruption institutions, calling it a wasteful expenditure. Mr. Domlevo concluded, I think that is not acceptable. Look at the Corruption Perception Index. We have not reached the pass mark. This is a failure zone. His remarks emphasized the need for a more effectual and continued effort in the fight against corruption in Ghana. However, Mr. Domlevo noted that after the initial efforts, the fight against corruption seemed to have relaxed, saying, after that, it seems it was relaxed and there was nothing when I was actually holding public officials accountable. Then the problem started. He expressed concern that the president hailed him for his work in saving the country billions of Ghana cedis. But when it came to holding his own people accountable, the problem began. Did you hear that? Oh, he was holding people accountable, left, right, and center. President was so happy. Clap for him. We all heard the president. Oh, yes, this man has saved Ghana billions of Ghana cedis. Then he turned his guns at the president's own corrupt family and friends government. And he became angry. That was where the problem started. We remember Kroll and No associates. Corruption bathed deals. But Mr. President all of a sudden didn't find Domlevo funny anymore. The man he praised a few seconds ago, he asked him to proceed on leave and never to return because it was time for his retirement. Oh my God. Yet, the same old man is about 15 years older than the man he's retiring for old age because the Constitution gives him the go-ahead to be the Rock of Ages. It's a shame. I'm retiring people, calling them too old. Yet I am 15 years older than them. I am still fresh and young to continue with my work. What kind of democracy is this nonsense? My brother, my sister, the fight against corruption became a joke. The fight against corruption died when Nana Addo was brought into power. Today we are hearing that John Evans Atta Mills also refused to prosecute over 100 criminals under AKUFO. They were corrupt. He said, oh, I'm the father for all, father of the nation. I don't want to be seen to be fighting people. Please leave them. It was not for Atta Mills to say that. The people stole from Ghana, not from Atta Mills. If it was from his own pocket, he could let them go. But they had stolen from the coffers of Ghana. He had no right whatsoever to free them. But he did, according to Spio Gabra and Atuaho, who wrote a book. Is it a two Ahoy? One of the Ahoys. My brother, Nana Addo is a failed president. Corruption that he said he would fight, he failed flat. Under his tenure, we have seen worse corruption, true or false. The corruption perception index is here to tell us this story. Corruption all over. Even Ghanaian passport, you have to bribe to get it. You go to the police, they don't have fuel in their cars. Individuals are asked to buy fuel for police people to move their car. And when they do the work, they ask you to pay them money. What kind of a country is this? They are weak leaders and leaders who don't even care about Ghana. I don't respect them one bit. Dashed. When we return, we will be reading your messages from Facebook and also from YouTube. Hey! Ay! Wayo!
Blakk, KOKUSHO, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka KOKUSHO, and here we speak truth to power. My brother, my sister, let us look at your messages. Someone already Boatin says we need better weeds in Ghana. What weeds are you talking about? Ntampe and I say again. Zion Genesis says, speak up. Abubakar Sadiq Isaka says, Black Rasta, happy to meet you today again. And someone already Boatin is laughing. Okay. Maybe he's found some of the weeds. He says, weeds. You know, Hakim Mumuni. Hi, bro. Good evening. Watching you live in Mr. Love. Dwap Millions or Bill says, welcome back from the birthday break, Father. Enough blessings shall be your portion. Amen. Robin Ikwe says, I salute Kuchoko President. Jin Kuku. Or Jin Kuku. I salute you, great man. I salute you back. Prince Balakov Jr. says, Black, more fire. I would like to invite you here in Finland. A history class. I'll be glad to come. I will be so glad, Prince. Yeah, and when we come, let us tour a number of schools. We play the music, sing for the students like I did in America, and then we'll also teach some history. We'll tell the history of our people. They will love it. It could be done, and it will become a yearly affair. You can make it into a whole festival. I'm ready for you, my brother. And you can have us easily. Our numbers are on the screen. Just send us a message and tell us that it's you. We will get in contact with you, and then we'll take it from there. And I'm not a flight risk. I can fly to any part of the world that I want. Korowan Fool says, Day greetings, my brother, Black Rasta. May the most high Rastafari grant you more life, health, strengthen you, and also give you wisdom. I'm only for Richard. Long time no see. Says, good evening, Sir Black Rasta. Good evening. Alice Brown says, happy birthday. I wish you more blessing, more fire. Blessed. I'm only for Richard comes back to say happy 50th birthday to an extraordinary leader and a mentor. 5 decades of life, love, and achievements are truly worth celebrating. May this milestone mark the beginning of another remarkable chapter. Thank you, Amoli, for Richard. And he continues, in your life, yes, remarkable chapter in your life, filled with joy, success, and fulfillment. Wishing you a wonderful birthday and many more years of happiness, wisdom, and prosperity. Blessed love. Solo the temple. Natural born. Speak truth to power. No matter who is in power. Blakk. Ayo. Wayo. Zache Emmanuel. How are you doing? All the way from Wusuta. JDS GH says more fire. My brother, how are you doing? Wani Boy says welcome back. Blakk. Wayo. JDS GH says more love. Wani Boy says happy 50th anniversary. Bro Bang says Mbele. I miss you so much. My phone, I have a problem for a week now. But inshallah, we are back with more vim. Wayo! Come here! You think so you're day wise. Bro, sincerely admire you. Admire you too. Happy 50th anniversary. Thank you. JDS GH says Blakk. Thank you so much for not giving up. More fire. We'll never give up. Until the bones are rotting. I say we now go give up until the bones are rotting. Rotting, oh, rotting. We coming like a lion. We hotter than fire. We coming like the lion. I've just composed a song for you. I work like AI. When you click on, I hope you recorded it. I'm going to build on that and I'll release a single. We now go give up. Goswe Jata says, Blakk Rasta, welcome back. Live in Kumasi. Come here. Wayo. JDSGA says, God bless you. Happy anniversary. And of course, 50th anniversary. And we love you. I love you too. Hey, Grace Saki. I love it when the ladies come on the platform. Hi. 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 I love the ladies. Ladies make me feel good. I love massages from ladies. A man can massage me 1 million times. Nothing will change. I don't even like it. It makes me feel like I'm sick. Mema massage me, I'm a menya pulmonary disease. But when a lady massages me, even after 30 seconds, maybe I cool. Run the story, my youth. And this is the last story we are looking at today. It's a sad story. Student stabbed to death at O'Reilly. Another student has gone down. O'Reilly Senior High School. Oh, it was established on the 18th of August, 1925. I wasn't born. Kwame Nkrumah was only 14 years young at the time. Am I right? 16 years. Yes, 16. This is their address, P.O. Box 238, Accra. And their phone number is 030-297-3836. And their school motto. They say, Orisco. They say, Anyewo. Anyewo. As to what that means, I'll find out from my Ghana speaking people. Anyewo. It just says, Untumi. Untumi. Tiase, Untumi. Kaikaria. Untumi. Anyewo. Something sad is happening in Orion. This is the father who is crying right now in front of a red banner. There's a gentleman behind him who also has a red banner on his head. Hey, my brother, it's a sad situation. We demand answers from the school. Father of students stabbed to death at O'Reilly Senior High School speaks. Run it, my name. The father of Edward Borkete, an 18-year-old final year visual arts student at O'Reilly Senior High School, who was fatally stabbed by a classmate, is seeking answers from school officials regarding the circumstances surrounding his son's death while under their supervision. Now, during an interview on Accra-based TV3 Tuesday, that's today, September 3, 2024, he shared the sequence of events that led to his son's tragic passing. He expressed disappointment that the school authorities did not intervene before the situation escalated into a violent altercation, resulting in his son's death. Meanwhile, military officers from Abeleba Barracks have taken the suspect into custody and investigations are ongoing. Look at this. I just want to know what happened to the extent of a student stabbing his friend. That is all we want. We want justice. The school authorities should explain to us if the teachers were there when it happened. That is all we want. We want answers from the school authorities. The father expressed frustration that neither the police nor the school authorities had contacted him since the incident and accused the school authorities of restricting access to the premises by deploying police officers. They have put policemen there. They are not allowing anyone to go in, and nobody is prepared to talk to us. That is why we are here. It is sad. We are all here waiting for the school authorities, he stated. He recounted receiving a call from his niece reporting that Edward, his son, and his classmate were involved in a fight, but teachers appeared indifferent to the situation. On my way to the school, when I got to the motorway, I received a call that the boy that was fighting Edward had stabbed him. He was lying down at the school premises, bleeding, and the teachers were sitting there unconcerned. So I said, wow, I am coming, he recalled. He continued, from yesterday till now, the police have not called, and the school authorities have not called. Even the boy who killed my son, none of the family members has reached me. That is why we are here, to seek justice for my son. We want answers from the school authorities, the police, and the boy about what happened. Well, so Abeleba Barracks military officers have taken the suspect into custody and investigations are ongoing. A story like this in America wouldn't be a story. There's so much violence in the schools in America. Guns are blazing. Little children are taking guns to school and shooting each other left, right, and center. But in Ghana, it's a big deal. We don't manufacture guns in this country. Students are not supposed to take knives to school. Yes, maybe bread knife. Maybe it's time to disallow all this and let them only take plastic knives and plastic spoons to school. It's sad. The way I hate blood, and people can hold knives, juke each other, see blood and be happy, is shocking. Now, how did this fight even start? It's sad. From the newsreel, this one said, my father is richer than your father. Me papa was sketching on papa. Say, hey, who papa betuma was sketching me papa. Me papa was sketching on papa. Miss papa was sketching. Who brought me papa? That was it. My father is richer than your father. This one says, it's not possible. My father is richer than your father. Hey, no, my father is richer than your father. What does your father have? My father has 5 cars. This one says, oh, but what are cars? My father has 10 houses plus 10 articulated trucks. This chop money that your father has, chicken change, is that money? Okay, then let's fight. So we'll see who will win this argument. They fought. According to the father here, school authorities sat back and watched them. That's what he's saying. Until one person was stabbed. Whilst he was lying down there bleeding, according to them, nobody came to his aid. And today, he's deceased. My brother, it's not easy to grow a child. I know a mother who almost committed suicide because she lost her baby in childbirth. The baby has not been born yet. There's no name for the baby. But she got so connected to the baby to the extent that when the baby was miscarried, she wanted to commit suicide. My brother, we are so attached by DNA, melanin, and so many other such scientific factors and trace. Imagine you being the father of this child. You're at home and you are called. You've sent your son to school so he can become somebody in future. That they have killed him. Can you go and look at your son? Look at the investment that has gone on. Emotional investment, financial investment. The most important thing is even the emotional investment. Every father can connect to this thing that I'm talking about. Imagine this was your brother. He's gone to school. Next moment, somebody has stabbed him, not from outside the school, from within the school, and has killed him. And these days, it's happening in our schools. Somebody is sick. School authorities negligently leave this person until the person dies. Achimota Secondary School. Somebody had malaria. Whatever it was sick. Take the person to hospital. The parents came to take the person. Oh, you've dealt with it till the person died. And now, they are pushing. Matter goes to court several years after parents have won the case, and Achimota Secondary School now has to pay money. It happened at Eburi Girls. Several, even Kalpohin in Tamale. What's happening? Are there too many students? Do they inundate the power of the teachers? Because in my days, even talking, whispering, you write your name. Names of talkatives. If you talk 2 times, they write double punishment. If you talk the 3rd time, they add another DP. How many of you can relate? So the teacher will come in, whip all of you, say, double punishment, stay aside. We'll whip you again. 3rd one, whip you again. Talking. In those days, naughty as we were, if we wanted to fight, we'll wait and close school and say, my ampon. Make you close. If you go out, you go see. Today, if you close, you go see. Wallahi, muka close you ka gani. Na chimbanka na chubanka. Shege. Even for the school, muka fito na kasheka. When they close, sometimes the weak person will be smart enough. You go for break and buy toffee and give to somebody to come and give. The guy, you give him the toffee. But so toffee, wala na chubanka ka gani. Close na kasheka. He will push the toffee. Out of hunger, he will take the toffee. Then when they close, it's over. I was a little boy. So nobody ever fought with me. A little boy there. I was always the youngest in my class. My mates now are 80 years. I'm sad that this had to happen. Bring the parent. I'm sad that this happened. Unprofessionally, the police never even got to the family. Unprofessionally. As alleged, the father said the school never even contacted him. Police never called him to tell him, hey, America, Canada, England, when something happens, the police will call. Are you driving? Where are you? Where are you? Are you the... Yeah, all right. Are you what? Are you alone? They want to find out who you are with if you could disturb yourself when they give you the news. If they realize you are alone, they say, all right, we're coming over to your place. Is there trouble? Oh, no. We just come in. We just need to do a little bit of, fact check. We come to you and say, is this your child? Is this your child? Is this your child? Is this your child? Unfortunately, the child got involved in an accident and had to pass on. So that over there, when you cry, Ajay, then you collapse. Medics are there to carry you and take care of. Not here in Ghana. Not here. Your child dies in school. It's bypassers who will pick the phone. Hey, Olupa! Hey! Upacho, Wuna, Yafra, Ubana, over O'Reilly Nwana. Uba! I said, yeah, is that Ade? Whoa! Yeah, moja. That's how we announce our news. And if you are unfortunate to have a Northerner from my village call you, what? Ubadako Oralemu. Wallahi, la ilaha. Before the news is revealed to you, you are dead. That's the culture. That's how Muslims announce death. By reciting the Quran and reciting some verses. When they start reciting that, you know that Kai. To God be the glory. I pray that you don't go through this. It's not a good thing to hear about death. I remember when my own Sakina passed on, how they broke the news to me. I was on radio. They were calling me on radio. The way the calls were coming, I said, what's happening, man? I had to pause the program when I answered the call. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. La ilaha illa. I just knew that. Allahu Akbar. I froze. Because when you start hearing those verses, you know that no, somebody's gone. I didn't know who it was. I said, well, it's God who gives and it's God who takes. Today, you have no wife again. Kai, I'll never forget this day. Anyway, it's a Blakk Pot, aka AKUFO, where we speak truth to power. Blakk says, hi sir, please good evening. Please kindly try and stick to your time on your radio program so that we can enjoy and learn from you and all the segments. I take it, I agree with you. In fact, what happened today, my car broke down in front of ATTC. It broke down. The tire just exploded. Bah! And I was driving alone. There was nobody to take care of the car. I couldn't leave it there. So I had to call the radio station and tell the radio station that this was what I was going through. And that was it. So it was a rare thing. We try as much as possible to keep to the time. We will. Thank you so much. I love time and I like to keep to time. Stephen Banda says the King of Africa is on. Please share. Abdul Aziz Rahim Upejo. Good evening, Blakk. Good job. Stephen Banda says, welcome back, Blakk. Thanks God. Thank God it's Tuesday. And I'm very happy to listen to you, Blakk. Thank you. CID says, All right. So these are all the messages we have. I want to say thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Tomorrow is another time. We'll be here at 6 p.m. sharp. If there's no doomsday, we'll fly at 6 o'clock on the dot. No technical problems, fly at 6 o'clock on the dot. I want to appreciate you. I want to love you. It's a Blakk Pot. Thank you so much. Pick up our numbers rolling on the screen and do business with us. Help the channel grow and we'll also help your business grow. It's a symbiotic coexistence. My name is Blakk Rasta. It's been lovely. I love you. I appreciate you. I catch you again. Hey! Hey! Whoa!